Is it time to sell Kieran Trippier? And is Pete BOC right? Is Darwin Núñez the saviour of the Reds? Let's look at it in today's team selection video. Let's just go straight into the goalkeeper and defence. Areola and Turner are the two choices for goalkeeper this week. And now, in my eyes, Areola gets the nod ahead of Turner. Aston Villa are on fire. So are Brentford in a way, but I feel like it's more likely West Ham get the clean sheet than Forest at the moment. Therefore, Areola gets the nod. Moving on to defence, Udogie, Trippier, Cash. Slight worries about Udogie, and obviously Trippier's fixture isn't great, so I think there is a transfer in there somewhere, whether that's Trippier out and Saliba in, or possibly Udogie out and maybe someone like Tsimikas in, that value option. Yes, I understand they've got Man City in the coming weeks, but the value would then unlock a different transfer, which I'll talk about later in the video. But that back three as it is, I am fine with, especially with Trippier having Bournemouth next week and Cash obviously playing so good with Aston Villa and, you know, hopefully gets an attack and return too. I think he's been unlucky recently when I've been watching their games, but yeah, I'm quite happy with the defence, but a small improvement here and there would elevate my team, I feel. Now into the midfield. Overall, I am quite happy with how it is right now. Spurs' fixtures are getting worse, and I just can't really make myself get rid of Son or Maddison. It's so difficult. It really is. Maddison and Son, if you watch them play for Spurs, you'll just see how impressive they really are. And I think really they are getting the points to prove their place at the moment. There is a slight thing in me that wants to get rid of Andringa, to bring in Mitoma because, you know, he's a little bit more nailed. But I just don't know. I feel like Andringa as the one differential player in my team, you know, could boost me up the ranks. But then Mitoma being the player he is, you know, is that a bit more consistent than this man will be? I think so. And I think the two transfers this week could include a transfer from Andringa to Mitoma. But it's not essential, and it really is on the back burners at the moment. Everyone else I'm really happy with. Salah, possible captaincy shout with that Luton fixture. However, we seen last week, of course, Ollie Watkins, best XG's had so far, didn't score. Didn't get any returns whatsoever against Luton. So it is scary, but you know, you would hope Salah would get something from that game, especially when the form he is. But yeah, you'll see who I'm probably going to captain in the next section. But overall, yeah, Diaby, a person I need to really speak about. People transferring him out from Mitoma. I don't see it. I really don't see it. I think he's really, really essential to have as part of one of your Aston Villa assets if you have 2 or 3. Fantastic, fantastic player. Possibly Douglas Luiz slightly getting in the conversation, but Diaby much more attacking, much more forward. And I think the points will start flowing in, especially with his next 4 fixtures. But overall, midfield I'm super happy with, and I don't think there'll be too many changes in any time soon, to be honest with you guys. The forwards, of course, are Haaland and Watkins. Haaland is most likely going to get the armband this week. Of course, we spoke a little bit about Salah possibly getting it, but I think Haaland does earn the armband this week, especially after his performance against United. United obviously aren't a good team, but Bournemouth aren't good either, so it could be the same kind of game. A lot of goals, a lot of assists. Haaland surely has to be a part of that, therefore the captaincy really does fall on him. But I could say the same thing about Salah. I can see the goals in that Luton match, and he is probably going to be at the forefront of that. And a player really I need to mention before we end this video is Darwin Núñez. I believe that there is hype behind that transfer, and especially for me, I like the transfer itself. I think over the next 6 weeks, I can see attack and returns. Luis Diaz finding his way out the squad. I think that pushes Jota on the pitch and then moves Darwin Núñez more, obviously, centrally as a starter rather than coming off the bench. Of course, Gakpo is present. I'm not really sure on his injury updates at the moment. However, I feel like Darwin Núñez is taking a lot of his minutes and a lot of the striker position minutes at the moment. So I think that transfer could be sensible for me to do in my squad. There is a way to do it in my squad if I take a hit, I believe. I think Trippier down to a Simicast unlocks the value to get Darwin Núñez in. That could change from price changes, though, through the week. So it's possibly a very stretched move, which would require Trippier moving all the way down to a very, very cheap defender. It could even be the case I stick with the Newcastle defence and go to Lascelles at 4 million, I believe his price point was. That would definitely unlock the value to move up from Archer to Darwin Núñez. But I'm just not quite sure about getting rid of Trippier before that Bournemouth fixture he's got next week. Overall, the squad I'm just really happy with. We're ticking along. It seems like we're getting a theme of going up 100k in ranks each week. It's happened for the last 2 weeks now. Can I continue this run? I don't believe so, and I'll tell you quickly why. I think the strength of my bench is going to let me down. Potentially having such a cheap option in Andringa as well could bring me down in ranks, apologies. Only because his minutes are a little bit of an issue, especially with Europa League. And just the rotation of the Brighton squad, it's a bit scary with owning him right there, but that's really why I want to get Matoma in. Matoma would obviously rule out the Darwin Núñez move, but at the moment I'm very happy. I could really go into next game week and not make a single transfer, but of course with the two, I don't want to burn any because I can improve the squad. I think Trippier, Kabore and Andringa are on my hit list. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Who would you transfer out on my team and who are you bringing in this game week? Hopefully you've enjoyed today's team selection video, and please consider dropping a like and subscribe because it helps me so much grow my channel. Hopefully I'm helping you in your FPL journeys. But that is everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.